So, do you have anything to say about our experience today?
Well, first, I just want to thank you. This was really fun.
Thank you.
And I think the thing I appreciate the most about it is the way that you integrate a lot of important ideas into one kind of interview. Mm-hmm. The idea of parenting, the idea of somebody's personal vocation or experiences that they're bringing to it, spirituality and world religion and interfaith dialogue and intentional living, all kind of interweave. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really what needs to happen, is we can't isolate these ideas. We need to think about them all in a holistic way.
Oh, yeah.
So I really appreciate that your questions connect all of these important ideas.
I really appreciate that, because that's my intention.
Yeah.
To have it holistic. Nothing is isolated, as you said.
That's very artificial to
Yes.
separate things like that.
Yeah.
Life is integrated.
Yeah. So I'm glad, and I think you enjoyed my questions.
Especially certain ones. I loved all of them, but I
Yeah.
really do think you've got some wonderful questions here, very important questions that we need to be looking at.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think it was good. It was thought-provoking. I think it's good for like self-reflection. I think having more self-awareness about, what I think about, what I value. I think like thinking about that actively and being questioned that, like it's important. I feel like most people should just like do them by themselves. If you might not have like another person interview you, you should have like an interview with yourself.
I'm putting those questions together, by the way, for people to do that, actually.
Yeah.
Like putting all
like
my questions.
self-reflection, like interviewing yourself.
Yeah.
And I think it's thought-provoking. I think it's like made me realize what I value most.
So did you have, you were not nervous or anything? You enjoyed
Not really. I mean, there's like a few people, but I
but
think
you enjoyed
it was fun.
It was fun. It was relaxed.
I think it was like
So thought-provoking is the main
very
thing.
thought-provoking.
Very thought-provoking. Good. So I did something good.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
I did.
Yes, thank you.
I never knew that I had these thoughts, actually.
That's wonderful.
It's a question that made me answer you.
Okay, well, so let me go.
I think the biggest thing that the contribution that you make with this program, Light Up with Shua, is that it's the spontaneity and the perhaps the experience and wisdom sharing that you contribute through. Because when you interview a lot of people, as you once said, that you even interview 4-year-olds and young boys and
teenagers
girls,
and
all sorts of. So you have a cross section of people.
Yes.
So this is such a rich experience that you just cannot know. You just don't know that the biggest students are not the teachers, but the students themselves. Because what you learn from your students and what you learn from other people is so rich and so diverse that you just cannot learn it from books or maybe many other conversations. A single conversation makes you learn a lot, and also puts your own mind in perspective, and also makes you more precise, because at times you haven't thought the way these thoughts come out of you, but when you do make them, when you express them, you get to know yourself as well.
Yes.
That this is what you
About the interview, anything you want to say to the camera?
I think I mentioned it before, right? Just speaking, you have a way of like, moving the gears in your mind and thinking a little more about what you actually might subtly think, right? And for sure this interview helped. I got a lot of like thought-provoking questions. I really gotta move those gears inside my mind and think a little more about, what was that Japan trip really worth to me? What did I actually learn? I'm like, wait, now that I think about it, I learned a lot, right? This is a good trip. I can now think about my morals, right? How do I feel about my parents' guidance, stuff like that. And I think it was good to get those, of course, interior gears moving. And now,
Have you ever done this before?
Something similar. Like I've interviewed before for like a local television about like Olympics and stuff, and weird stuff like that. But like I think being interviewed, of course, and like more thought-provoking interview, like the one in Japan was more about like 2020 Olympics. What are you looking forward to? But this one I got to actually like use my brain for once, right? And actually think about what am I going to answer? Ooh, what sounds good, right? What do I actually believe? What is in my heart of hearts? What do I think? And I think like the overall interview really got me thinking, and I got to learn a lot myself from it as well, while saying a lot of nonsense.
No. Well, thank you.